lead me on, but leave before the morning comes. Even though it's what we want, can't keep it up. But I just don't wanna leave you. Might just go with the reasons why we both can't lay here. And secret, both gotta keep it honest. That's just a game, you know. We both can play. For tonight, I'm yours. So tonight, the truth. Or stay behind closed doors. 'Cause all I wanna do is lie with you. Even though it's wrong to lie with you. We've become numb to what we know is wrong. No one knows but us. The feelings rush every single time we touch. Even though it's what.
Hey beauty committee, getting here. It's time for another meeting. So if you're new here, my name is Taylor. If you're a returning member of the beauty committee, hey girl, hey. On this channel, we get into all things affordable beauty, and I'm just letting you know that you are in charge of your own beautification committee, and you can do it without breaking the bank. So we get into a few ways on this channel of how to beautify yourself, and one of those ways are synthetic wigs, and we are back with a new synthetic wig from Outre. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Outre, a new unit from Outre's perfect hairline collection, the True Frontal Peak series. So if you're interested in learning more about this unit, my thoughts, pros and cons, recommendations, where to get it from, all that good stuff, then keep on watching. Okay, so as mentioned, this is a new unit from Outre. This is their True Frontal series. And I have done maybe 2 or 3 units from this collection this year, I believe. I can't even tell y'all, time is just going so fast. But I've done a few, basically. Either if I didn't post it on here, it's definitely on my TikTok and Instagram. But this is a 13x6 lace frontal wig. So you get a pretty good amount of parting space if you want to do alternate ways of styling your hair. And something that caught my eye about this unit, or at least the description of this unit, is that it says that it comes with a Vanish HD transparent lace. I ain't never heard of that. Just my ear has not been to the hair streets like it should be, or I simply have just, or this is simply something new. This is simply something new that Outre is putting us onto. This is also, like I said, a part of the peak series, so meaning that it emphasizes a natural widow peak, and this is peak 712. So I've done a few peaks, and this is, I have her in 26 inches, and the unit is 26 inches, and I have her in the shade Deep Burgundy, because y'all know I love me some colors in the red family. I think they just look so good on me automatically. If it ain't red, a ginger eats down on me. And then if it ain't red or ginger, then it's usually like a honey brown, like a honey blonde. Y'all know. If y'all not new here, if y'all not new members of the beauty committee, then you know. First thing I like to do at these meetings is get into my first thoughts and impression. And that just consists of like literally what I was thinking as soon as I opened up the box that it came in and took the wig out of the packaging. So I'll just say for me, and upon holding it, I was like, I don't know if density is the correct word. Because to be fair, y'all, I'm the type of person, like I wear human hair wigs as well. And when I'm looking, if I buy one, when I see the option for density, I actually don't even know what that means. So I'm going to take that as a learning opportunity right here, right now. If anybody in the comments knows what density means and if I'm using this right, please let me know, beauty committee members. But yeah, so I want to say that I believe what I'm describing is correct, that the density of this unit was so full. As I was holding it and kind of like bouncing it, I was like, this wig feels so full. Like, and for it to be a straight silky wig, that is not very common. I feel like because it's a straight silky wig, it's usually easy to skimp on the tracks that are put in the wig or the wefts that are put in the wig, but I felt like no track was left behind. I love that. Like, it just feels so full. The other thing that I noticed is just the hairline. Okay, so we just got into that when I talked about this being, or this having the Vanish HD Plus transparent lace, and that hairline to me was so impressive. Like, I raked my fingers through this unit, through the hairline, just to see what I was working with. And I was like, this is giving like usually the units are pre-plucked and they say pre-plucked. And I don't always go and pluck it the first time around when I wear it because I want y'all to see how it looks. And if it's beginner friendly, I want y'all to know that y'all don't have to do anything to it. So I was like, this hairline, this is really giving Vantage HD because it's gone. Okay. So with that said, we're going to move on to the second part of these meetings, and that is pros and cons. We start off with cons so we can end these meetings on positive notes. I don't have very many cons for this unit. I would just say one con for me is just that there's a little bit of tangling. It's not uncommon for silk units to kind of tangle up. And I did feel a little bit of that. And I don't really give cons for the sake of having cons. I really just say things that I noticed throughout my duration of putting on the wig and filming it for you all. What I noticed, what is something I could have dealt without. So that was that. So that's it for the cons. Let's move on to the pros. So pros for me, where do I even start? Pros for me, I think the versatility of this unit. Like I felt so comfortable doing a middle part and a side part. So I probably didn't demonstrate the side part, and you probably can see it on the stock card, but I don't think I demonstrated in the slow-mo for y'all at the beginning. But I tried out a side part and a middle part. It's just some feedback that I have gotten that people would like to see, and so I've just been incorporating that. And I feel like sometimes with 13x6 frontals, though you got the option, at least on synthetic wigs, though you may have the option to do different styling options, it don't always eat. But I feel like no matter which way you do it, it's gonna eat. It's just something about this unit, something about the hair fibers that are laying the way they should. It still frames the face. I touched on this at the beginning when I talked about the density. You know, feel free to comment once again and correct me. But I love how full this unit feels. Like, it just feels like I'm not wearing a synthetic wig. It feels like I've invested in a human hair wig. And even though, well, first of all, I want to say that just like everything in life, especially with the current economic state of the world, not to talk about that, because at the beauty committee meetings, we don't get into all of that. This is our own little silo. But what I will say is, like everything in this world, especially with the socioeconomic issues, the prices have gone up. And I will say that the prices of synthetic wigs have gone up. When I first started wearing them in college, they were like $35. I was buying synthetic wigs with my refund check. Sometimes I was buying synthetic wigs with money that my parents sent me, which should have been spent on food. But I was like, still gotta get this watch though. It used to be a lot more affordable, and maybe they'd be a little bit more expensive if they had human hair fibers in it. That is still the case today, but I will say that your regular wigs now, you know, depending on where you buy it from. You buy it from Amazon, sometimes they will start at $45 and up. I don't think that is a lot of money compared to human hair units, but sometimes I ain't seeing the difference. I'm not seeing the difference in quality. So I would just say that the hair, that was a slight tangent. I even forgot my original point that I was trying to make. I think I was just trying to say that this feels like the voluminosity. Is that a word? That's not a word. How voluminous this unit feels. How voluminous this feels is in step with that of a human hair wig. We're gonna end it there because I'm rambling. And in general, y'all know I love this lace. I think the lace is really good. It always says that it can be worn glueless. And y'all know y'all have that option. This unit does come with a elastic band. It comes with combs. So if you want to get it so flat to the surface of your forehead, that's one way you could do it. Me personally, for the sake of filming, I think it just looks better when I install the wig in some way, shape, or form using an adhesive or a glue. It looks better. I always say glue, but I do not use glue. You know, I always use a spray adhesive. I've been using this can of bedhead I got from like TJ Maxx like 2 years ago, maybe even 3. But I use a spray because it's easy. It's easy to melt and it's easy to take off at night. So that's it, y'all. So now we finished the pros and the cons. We're gonna get into some details about the stock card. This is the front of it. I've already went over the details. And then this is the back. It does come with 7 special colors. This is one of them. Yes, this is one of the special colors. They do have a purple and a blue that's really fun. And the model is, y'all know I call myself the stock card mommy just because I like to try what the stock card model is wearing. And she is wearing the deep burgundy color. So I had to have that as well to show y'all. Inside is the model again in the purple color, and just some basic hair construction tips, as well as more details on the cap itself that could be helpful to beginners. And the last thing I like to get into in these beauty committee meetings is my recommendation. I give a score, and the score is based on a few things. The score is based on my experience with the unit. If I feel like based off how many cons I had, my overall experience with the unit is based off how many cons I had. If I feel like in my personal experience of trying this wig on for you all, if I feel you'll get a substantial amount of reuses out of it, is this something that's necessary for you to add to your collection? I know that I make these videos, but contrary to me doing that, I don't think you need every single unit. There are some units y'all can actually live without. I would give this unit an 8.5 out of 10. This is an amazing unit. I love the color on it. It looks so good, and I think the execution is flawless. I think that the lace looks so good, and an 8.5 is really good. I think it is something you should try. Especially I think my birthday's actually on Wednesday. This video might go up on the day of my birthday or the day after, but I might repurpose this for my birthday dinner. I'm just having a cute little, one-on-one with my mans at a Middle Eastern restaurant, and I think I'm gonna look amazing. I'm actually about to go out tonight wearing this unit, so I do think you can get quite a few uses out of this. Storage tips, make sure you put it, well, maybe not back in the original packaging. The packaging is a box, but there's these little wig bags you can get off Amazon that I'll link below. Those wig bags are key. They are crucial in maintaining your unit, especially if they're silky, especially if they're curly. Honestly, all states of the unit, all states of wigs, curly or straight, the wigs are great because they just keep it from touching other surfaces and creating friction and making it tangly and preventing tangles. Like I said, that is the end of this video. That is the end of this meeting. I don't know if y'all have peeped, but I'm leaning heavy into this being a beauty committee, an affordable beauty committee. And so with that said, I want this to be a fun environment. I have been talking about creating community, and I think this feels natural to me. So please consider joining the beauty committee and hitting subscribe, and also follow your girl on social. My Instagram, when I do post on my story, I think it's interesting. Not to toot my own horn, but beep beep. When I do post on my story, I want y'all to feel a part of my life. And so follow your girl on Instagram, follow your girl on TikTok, where I post some ways that I might not feel like is worth of a long form video. And that's it, y'all. Once again, please consider joining the beauty committee. Comment down below if you enjoyed this video and give it a thumbs up. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you and stay beautiful.
Every time I be big burn, heart cold was heartburn. She trying to see what terms he on. I start talking out of turn. We can't